Hey everybody, happy weekend. I know it's all rainy and gray here, which actually I like because then I can stay inside and play games. But who am I fooling? I'd stay inside and play games anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so this starts my journey through my shelf of shame. I'm going to play every game one after another on my shelf of shame and tell you about them. At least I'll tell you about the solo ones, or the ones that can be played solo. I'm going to start with Invasion from Outer Space, the Martian game by Flying Frog Productions. And as you can tell, just like every Flying Frog game, it's large and in charge. Their games are beautiful on the table and they take up a lot of room. And this one's no exception. You might be saying, well, that's not a solo game. And in fact, it's not. It's generally you have somebody play the Martians and the other people play the heroes. But I've watched several videos of people who play it solo. They play both sides and say it's really enjoyable experience anyway. So I'm going to explore if that's true, and if it's true, I will let you know. I have had this for 2.5 years, never played it. My sister painted the minis, which I'll show you in a minute, but haven't got it to the table. And I think it's going to be really enjoyable. However, one reason I didn't get it to the table is I was a little disappointed when I got it and found out that basically it's just fighting. It's a fighting tactics game, really. It's pretty much just fighting between the Martians and the heroes. That's not my favorite thing. I like exploration, and I mean, there's plenty of fighting in A Touch of Evil, but there's also a lot of exploration. There's a little of that in here too, but all in all, it's not my favorite type of mechanic. Is that the right word for this? Anyway, but I'm going to keep an open mind. I think it'll, the theme more than makes up for it. I absolutely love the theme, which is why I bought it. I mean, B-movie Martians and sort of dark carnival characters. I mean, what could be better than that? Nothing. So even if I don't like it, I would keep it forever because it's just cool components and a cool theme. Anyway, so here I'm going to show you the heroes first, and I'll show you the ones I'm not going to play this time. And they're kind of in silhouette there. I can't see them very well. And who they are is, there is the Angelica the Bearded Woman, and that's her. Beard. Lucretia the Contortionist, and that's her. Very spicy costume there. And there's Hannah the Fire Breather. Not using her today. Where'd she go? Hannah, oh, Fire Girl. And Archibald the Human Cannonball. Now, I've heard he's really fun to play. I chose not to play him this time because I'm learning, and I thought he might get a little confusing. It might be a little difficult. I've got some sort of problem with my focus here. But anyway, he goes and see these little cannons on the board. He shoots himself out of them across to various places, and you use this thing to track where he goes on this side, or and where he lands. And this is the side you track the Martian's ray gun blasts to see who gets taken out in the course of them. Funny, huh? Okay, so those are the heroes I'm not going to play. So we're going to put those away. And these are the heroes I am going to play. I'll show you their cards. This is Jojo the Dancing Bear. And he's hilarious. How could you not, or she's hilarious. How could you not play her? And she starts over here in the bear tent, which makes total sense. Then we've got R.J. Flanagan, the ringmaster. He starts in the big top. He's right there on the left. And we've got Cassidy, the trick shooter. She starts with a brace of pistols. And she is over here in the shooting gallery. That's where she starts. And then we've got Carl, the strong man. And he actually starts in a building that's not on the board this time, so he gets to start at the big top with the ringmaster. And let me explain about the board. This is a big square out here that flips over with the fairgrounds on the other side if you want to play that instead of the carnival. Then these 4 corner pieces are separate. You can remove them. And there's 2 others so that you can mix and match the board many times, many different ways, and not have the same game. So his building where he starts is not actually on one of the pieces I'm playing, so he gets to start in the middle, like I said. Okay, the board is pretty cool. We've got animal pens, curiosity shop. That is the concession stand, fortune teller, house of horrors, the Ferris wheel. What do we got down here? The trapeze tent, the fun house. That looks fun. The bear tent, the shooting gallery, and then of course the big top. Now, who they're going to be fighting is interesting. It's these guys over here. Look at all these funny Martians. They have little helmets on. I don't know if you can see them. Sorry for the not great focus. I don't know what's going on with that. Focus lock is on or something. This is the Zard Beast. He is a big beast that the Martians can bring out when things get really tough. And here is also the Martian leader. He comes out and he has special abilities. He looks pretty tough. And you track their abilities and stuff on those 2 circles. The regular Martians have this command console where they choose what actions they're going to do each time. And there's scenario cards. There's like 5 scenarios. Here's more scenarios. This one is kind of the beginning one, invasion. And basically, I just have to kill 20 Martians before the track runs out to win. I believe that's what that says. Yep. If the Martians win by killing 2 heroes. So we don't want that to happen. And we've got some other components over here. We've got tons of kerosene. Apparently you can start fires and things. And fish, crystal ball, Martian pylons, Book of Death, unicycle, and proto bombs. And the Martians, of course, have their own deck of cards, which is right there. And they can build what's called Martian tech, and they can build machines and things to attack the heroes with. So that's pretty cool. And that brings me to, a lot of people compare this with Last Night on Earth because it's a very similar game, so similar that you can actually play them together. You can combine them. You can bring the zombies into this game, or you can take the Martians into that game. And a lot of people compare them, but 1, I've never played Last Night on Earth because I'm just not a big zombie fan, and 2, I've heard this is actually, in a lot of people's opinion, the better game, even though it didn't get the kind of response and support from the company that Last Night on Earth did. It's got no expansions, well, except for little, tiny ones you get off the website with just extra Martians and things. But this one actually has more for the Martians to do. They're quite smart, and they do a lot of different things, as opposed to the zombies who aren't. There's different things. This flying saucer here, I think, is just for one of the scenarios. There's a couple of lions there. Don't know what they're for. I will find out, because I'm going to give all of these games several plays so that I can really tell for sure if I like them. There's some tokens up here. There's fire tokens to track the fires that break out. A cone of light, lights out, and then there's crowds where you put crowds out on the board and they move around and the Martians attack them. And the heroes have their own deck as well. That's right there. And they roll to get these power points to use their special abilities. And they, when they're in a building, they can search, which means they draw one of the hero deck cards. And it will give them items or different things, like this brace of pistols. And Carl got a starting hero card because he didn't get to start on his space, and he got a sword. So there's different things. Looks really interesting, really fun. I've read the rule book through, and like a lot of Flying Frog games, there's a lot there, and so I'm a little baffled at the moment. And I watched some playthroughs. Probably going to have to do a little bit more of that before I actually start. But I wanted to get all set up and see what it looks like out on the table, and I think it's lovely. I like it. So this is my first game of my purging of my Shelf of Shame, and so I will maybe report on some of the games as they're going, and then I'll come back when I've played it 2 or 3 times and give my opinion on it. Hopefully that will get me through playing my Shelf of Shame, give me some higher purpose. So anyway, that is Flying Frogs Invasion from Outer Space, the Martian game. I hope you're playing lots of games this weekend, and talk to you later.